I know, I know. I know what you're thinking. You have so many questions right now. I know. Trust me. I, of all people, would know. First of all, how is it that you're streaming God of War? Where's your beard? Where's the beard? Your beard is weird, but it's clear. Your beard is weird, is clear. So I'm sharing the stream to... This is the first time I start by sharing the stream to Twitter, which is weird. God of War 2 Oko Live. I know. Other than the beard, you have another question. How are you streaming God of War 2 Oko again? Where's the beard? How are you streaming God of War 2 Oko again? Where's your sane pride? You said you'll never stream it again. What am I seeing on the screen right now, Zesty? What am I seeing on the screen right now? Am I right? Is that an Oko or am I blind? Come on, be real with me. But be real, come on. Now, honestly, on a real note, look, the urge has been racing back and forth with me to stream the Oko again. A, to showcase my skill. B, to I just want to stream it. And finally, EA Sports. I don't know, I just wanted to stream it, honestly. I haven't done it in a hot minute. I haven't started an Oko in a very, very long time. So this will feel like a good de-rust for me. And so, you never know. One of these days, I might quit streaming Oko again. You never know. But on a real note, I hope I can get to the goodest parts. So yes, this is gonna be actual Oko attempts. It's not gonna be practice. It's not gonna... You hate cocks! I love cocks! So let's start. Currently playing God of War 2. Bro, you can't stream naked? Honestly? We start Titan, bonus play, Kratos. Where's the jaw? Come on.
However, Kratos soon found himself alone on Olympus, shunned by his fellow gods.
Don't tell me you can't see the jawline. So, it's time to both show advancements, hopefully if I get to the set advancements. And it's time to actually de-rust since I haven't started an Oko in a hot ass minute. So this is gonna be some nice picking up where we left off, I guess. Both in a stream way and in an Oko way. Now, okay, prologue Ls at the starting room are very fine. Believe it or not. My eyes, it burns my eyes. Shut up. Come on, true gamer. You're a true gamer. You don't even have a beard. Am I right, lads? Look, first room Ls are bound to happen. They're fun when they happen. Hell, I'm into that shit. Ideally, you could grab everyone in here, but like, beep. Half collisions go brr. Something else can go brr. Actually, let me showcase. Brr skrra. It's gonna go ice spice skrra trra. And it's this. Until I get slapped when I get down, but like, not for real. Especially if there's a lot of Rhodians in the road. You can do this infinitely in here. Staying too long in the air does affect you to stumble. You don't take damage, but it does make Kratos stumble in a weird way. I still got it! I still got it! I got it! Beating a man to death with my forgivable buzz. I had a son. He passed away. I had a beautiful girl. I threw that away. Okay, so I still got it. I hope I make it out of the prologue. Because if we make it out of the prologue with this one, we're truly making it out of the prologue with this one. So yeah. The good thing is, I started writing down notes for places so that I don't forget them. That's why I saw a lot of advancements. That is one of the reasons why I saw a lot of advancements in my Okos. Zesty, hello, welcome, Archie. Boom, 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 boom. Beep. Do it again. Boom, 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 boom. Dead, the both of you. So I started this with New Game Plus for new people that just tuned into the Yoko. I started this with New Game Plus so that I can skip cutscenes, because there's a lot of bad cutscene pacing in the prologue of God of War 2. So we want to get, you know, past all that. I start with New Game Plus. Nothing is upgraded, as you can pretty obviously see. Nothing is... Let's switch to the Blade of Olympus so that we don't fuck up inside of the Colossus. Even though if we fuck up, like, I'm just gonna use the grabs only, honestly. But, like, yeah. I have level 1 Blades of Athena. The red ones are at level 1 right now. They're the equivalent, when it comes to damage, they're the equivalent to the blue blades when you start a vanilla run of God of War 2. Who the hell are you and how did you hack Zesty's account? Dante Tim... I'm a huge fan, man. Zesty told me about you. He said you like feet. Zesty Morgan, how's your tuberculosis? It's been going good. It's the struggle. Ever since I joined Hustlers University, man, them cigars slap. Who are you? Where's Zesty? What did you do to him? I'm playing in place of Zesty right now. I'm Pesky, and he's Zesty. So you know how it is. When you shown your face, I thought it's Colossus already. Shut up. I don't look like the Colossus. And man, my chest hurts. So shout out to death if it's coming this stream. Like I feel like I can't push myself, you know? Like if I take a L, I doubt I'm gonna scream because that's gonna instantly lead into a fart attack. Because believe it or not, for people who think their time is up when their chest hurts, 9 times out of 10 is not actually your heart hurting, it's just your chest. And I'm a sucker for chest. Oh man, it hurts to laugh. I don't know what it is today. I guess this happens when you're tired. Can't say I'm not tired. Beep. I love tapping him with the tip of my penis before he swings. Ah, you sly devil. How dare you use... Okay, I can do this into that and it doesn't kill him. This, though, doesn't kill him. This is Zesty's brother. His name is Extreme Gameplays. Yes, sir. Cigars, maroon. Man, it hurts to laugh. But I got Kira today with that joke. Y'all ever heard of Malone Brown? Malone Brown dick in your mouth? Okay, let's focus. We said D-Rust, but this is feeling like a chill stream, which it is. In the community post, I did announce that consider this a chill stream. We're gonna be laughing and coming a lot. But if I take L's, I am restarting the game though. Which it took me 8 minutes 47 seconds to explain the rules of this run. The slightest bit of damage I take, I have to restart the game. If it's force damage, we continue the game. As this game has a lot of shitty sections where you get forcefully damaged, we don't restart with those. We only restart in sections that are non-damageable, but I take damage. Unpopular opinion, he looks better shaved. Alpha with the positivity. Sharing the positivity. Keep being positive. He does look funnier and sexier shaved. The goal is to look like Christian Bale, though. That is the ultimate, you know, peak male performance and physique and look. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job at the latter. So Zimnas told me something about this part right here. He said you could keep just 2 Rhodians. You don't have to do all the despawning strats with like all of them juggled at the same time and whatnot. So let's see if he was right or if he was trolling. So 2 are left right now. The trick is to stun them right here and then move on, because they get caught in some potteries and stuff. They get caught in Dante's arteries. What are you saying today, Zesty? The disrespectful bitch. And why didn't I? I'm heading into the load button. Why didn't I continue? That's a 6-minute time loss. Fuck, we lost the speedrun world record. We'll get him next year, lads. This is the end of the stream.
Soon found himself alone on Olympus, shunned.
He's not Christian Bale, he's Christian Bile? I thought you'd say something else. I thought you'd say he's Muslim Bale. Imagine the funny joke. Muslim Bale. I almost said bear. This is what you deserve for your jokes. Boop. Boop. I'm making it back there quickly this time. Worry not, Spartan. Damn, that covers 80% of the screen. Attack do be overpowered, not... Okay, Rhodians have been hitting the gym. Okay. Almost got roll tagged over there, as always. That's the Oko, nothing bringing it back. Yeah, just restart, bro. So I started taking the route of doing this off stream because I actually play better off stream. I don't have to focus on the fact that I'm playing. I just play a podcast in the background. Whenever I make it to the island of creation though, that's when I turn on the game's audio. But I'm still chillaxed, like I'm not sitting with a right posture like this. Like I'm just relaxed. I don't have to talk. You hate cocks. You hate roosters. FIFA Dude Master. Hello Chapter 2 UC2 Nathan Drake Alter Ego. Wait, what is UC? I feel like I know what that is. I don't know what that is. But if you're saying I look like Nathan Drake, by all means. Zesty, is there any costume you prefer over normal Kratos besides young Kratos from Valhalla? Like from these games? There's a lot. There's the Legionnaire costume from Ghost of Sparta. It's basically the Spartan armor. There's the God armor that I'm wearing right now. There's the Dominus armor from God of War 3. There's the... Hit him with the... What else do we have? I'm scratching my beautifully lined jawline to think. Not for real. I can't think of any more than these. I guess the Demos from God of War 3 is pretty cool. Yes, Demos. Does God of War 3 have more? I kind of love Fear Kratos as well, you know? It's very saturated. F-Life. Zesty without the beard looks really zesty. Fuck are y'all on about? Instead of focusing on the Oko, you're bringing this fact up? I'm not taking the same L again, bro. You'll see me. We'll make it there again, bro. What does more damage, Air Triangle or Air Cyclone of Chaos? I believe Air Cyclone of Chaos. You hit them a lot of times. If you hit them with every hit. Since it's easier to land triangle, you know, heavy attacks with the blades in the air than landing Cyclone of Chaos. And landing Cyclone of Chaos is harder than the moon landing, if you know what I mean. That's that. Zesty, you look more smashable. What? Don't make me turn the face cam off. I'm this far from turning off the face cam. Honestly, this as a de-rusting stream is a good thing. Because I'm planning to start the grind again for God of War 2. It got to a point, I think a month ago, less than a month ago I'd say. It got to a point where I would do the Oko every day for a solid, more than a week actually, like a solid 10 days, a solid snake simulation. A solid snake, a solid snake 10 days doing the Oko. So if that tells you anything, I'm glad it tells you anything, because it doesn't tell me anything. I don't know what that even means. But now for real, the grind was really, really real. And the group chat, mainly who from the group chat is in the who's in the chat right now from the group chat? I guess Dante and Alpha and Zig, and these guys know the struggle. And the new personal best is at the Cerberus breeder encounter, the one before reaching the second translator. That encounter. I got an L because the strat malfunctioned. And I was kind of late at the execution, I'll be honest. I added Zesty to tenor gifts. Shut up! We're back to where we took the L. No beard jump scare. Zesty has now become Nico Bellic. Ramen! Are you sleeping, you fat fuck? That is Zesty the Zoosty. Watch your flank! As I take out your comrades. Do watch your flank, please. If this strat of Xymnos doesn't work, I'm spitting on some super hot beats. Where's your boyfriend? Atta boy. If this strat doesn't work, I swear to God, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. Oh! He must have trolled me then. It's rough. This is rough. Do you wanna play rough? Do you wanna play rough? This is rough, but we made it through. Do you wanna play rough? Xymnos, are you sleeping, you fat fuck? He said just leave 2 Rhodians. And the strat is the same. Ramen, are you sleeping, you fat fuck? I guess he meant something else and I just... or I'm pretty sure he trolled. But I swear he said you can just leave 2 Rhodians. Whatever. Kratos, no. I do now, I do for the good of see, all under control, baby. Heliax 99. Hail Hydra, man. Welcome. But we're in a pretty bad spot. So what I do is I first wait for these guys to actually wait. I jump, then jump down. Do not forget the strats. I have the notes pulled up on my laptop, but not for this spot, because this spot does not require a strat. All it requires is some hot, pure Colombian cocaine to be sniffed. Now, I really just need these guys to align their shots. You're almost there, buddy. Atta boy. We can go now. Open the door! This guy comes in. He doesn't come in. We jump. So I lost my save data, and I don't have my Poseidon's Rage to clear all this. But it's fine. I'm fine. I'm done, sister. I got TB. I got it. Beating the man to death for a couple of bucks. We land with a jump scare grab from Zesty. 3 hits. Another 3 hits. Secures the 5 kill from the brutal kill. 5 orbs from the brutal kill. Moves forward. Lifts the gate. Turns on the face cam for a jump scare. As he starts rolling towards the ultimate boss fight of all of action games. He's shaving the extra hairs off screen. They infinitely, you know, spawn. Or they infinitely grow on my face, yes. I have to quickly shave it off. Shave it off! Typhon Bane or tuberculosis? We have both. If one is missing, this one ain't dissing. This guy does a very weird fake out after you try to pull the Blade of Olympus from his mom. Later on, he keeps it with this base, but at the start, the first ever time where he tried to pull the Blade of Olympus from his mom, he does a little fake out where he doesn't attack instantly. And the strat here is pretty obvious. Air triangle attacks. We're only up against one run killer right now, and it's the hands. We're either gonna get the hands, or we're gonna give him the hands. Laughing track plays in the background. I should have read JoJo Part 7 instead of this. Why am I OKOing this? I'm just kidding, I'm having the time of my life. When I'm chill, I play better. When I'm focused, I play way worse. And I hope I can showcase some of the refinements for the Pegasus section, the second Pegasus section, if we make it there. Because there are a lot of really nice strats. The weapon is correct, yeah. So I don't want to spawn in with the Barbarian Hammer. Why his mom? The platform is Colossus's mom. So just Divine Retribution lasers. Sometimes he takes to infinity and beyond, but like, it's not every time. Open up! And we enter through the cervix. Snipe attack. Snipe attack. Snipe attack. Snipe it. We move forward. You're reading part 7. Soon you'll be playing part 7, aka Pegasus. We'll get there. With your godly beard drained into the blade, you will have the strength to destroy all who have something. Did you get better off screen? I did get a ton better off screen. But that doesn't mean that I'll perform as good on screen. I have the same problem when I film my pornos, you know? I do them much better off screen. But now on a real note, when I actually stream my OKO, I play 60 times worse. I still play good, as I have demonstrated in other streams that I can play good in the OKO. Especially God of War 3, we made it to like the labyrinth. The absolute labyrinth. In one sitting. Multiple times. Or in this game actually, we made it to the Titan Minotaur 2. Which nowadays it can still be a run killer. There's just a lot of harpies. But I've learned to take precautions there. I've learned to wear a condom. I've learned to... Okay, we're clear. Why are my streams demonetized? Hey, YouTube is a fraud sometimes. Come here. Shut up. No more Oko streams my ass. No more Oko stream is up your ass. Okay. Good for you. I'm honestly surprised. No more Oko streams up my ass. Good. It feels like my heart is gonna stop if I push just a little harder when I'm laughing. Signs of a stroke. I love my jokes. I think his beard drop off screen of Oko. Lol. Am I right, Lamau? To me, it's Saturday night. Isn't it Saturday everywhere in the world? If it's not, consider leaving the stream. Because, I'll be honest, man. Fuck Sundays. I know you guys love them over there in the West. I'm gonna be real. Over here, we have Fridays. I'm here to announce Sif has more content in RE34 compared to Freya. Suck on that, flat earthers. What are you talking about? What is bro on? Sif in Resident Evil 2 and 3? Watch me take a hit on that second eye laser. It's only natural. So let me talk about what I'm planning right now as a big project, but don't think about it now. Just think of this as a dream where I talk to you. Nothing is real. But I am planning to do a Metal Gear Rising combat guide. As in diving into the inner nitty-gritty of everything. I just want to make the combat guide, because I know a lot about the combat that needs to be set out there. I've seen combat guides, but they're mostly about some blade mode stuff, basic stuff, or comboing stuff, which if you're into that, of course learn it, but there's a whole other world of the game that you're not aware of. So my combat guide is gonna be in depth. So basically like the God of War 1, 2, 3 in-depth combat guide. That's how it's gonna be. How do I juggle senators' balls? Officer balls? Why would you juggle that? You can give them the... Let's not make jokes. Let's actually focus on beating this. So my new strat for the hands is to actually grab, jump up. Is to grab, jump up, pause to actually see what's going on. Then grab, then jump forward, then pause. Watch me take an L. Believe it or not, the Oko got 90% consistent when I started grinding. Maybe 90% is a made up percentage on how much I used to make it past the prologue. Like, as I said, 2 weeks ago or a month ago, I don't know, where I would grind the Oko. I would deadass beat the prologue and surprisingly later on, the second Pegasus section, much more consistently than I would on the streams. Arms of Hades section time. We made it through. You saw me in the... Let me reduce this shit. I can't hear anything. You saw me at the start of the encounter. I grab on the right. Then I jump up. Then I pause so that I can see the hands around me. What can I grab? What boobies can I grab? I grab the one on the right. You saw me then jump. Which you may think is a very dangerous move. But essentially... The hitbox when you grab an arm is there's a full collision that Kratos swings the arm and defeats all the arms around him, right? So that hitbox lingers around. It stays around. It's constant. It doesn't go away after that. So like for a whole second after you've even done the thing, everything around you is taking damage. So sometimes a hand would spawn next to me. I go for the grab and it instantly dies. That's why you saw me jump and grab something else that is out of reach. This is no longer a run killer, believe it or not. Unless it is right now with some projectiles coming back to haunt my ass. Just watch. Because sometimes projectiles love to haunt you. First we have this. Dash forward. Then another. Dash forward. Then move a little to the left. Then dash forward after you're out of this guy's range. Because if you're at his range... You dash forward and you collide against him. Only this guy left. Beep. Failing the QTE is a hell of a thing. And that's that. As I said, this is no longer a run killer. Unless I die due to sloppy reasons, which is like QTEs and all that. Which at that point, it has nothing to do with the run killer. It's just, I don't know what it is. Like, ever since I've started... Let me skip this bitch. Because if you don't restart the checkpoint here, you die at the end. Zesty, do not get pegged. Do not worry about me. This chase sequence right here is not iffy. Down, left, up. The second one with the second Pegasus is a whole different story. A whole different story that I fucking hated, but I figured out eventually. You guys will not believe how it's gonna go. Chat, 1 for boobs, 2 for vaginas. And then Zesty wonders, why are my streams demonetized? I'm already not having any donations on stream. Why are my streams demonetized? Zesty wondered. That's how it's gonna be written in my book. Whoa, Oko is back. Cool. Uncle Phil. This is bad news. This shouldn't be good news. So let's talk about some run that I am planning to start in a couple of days, hopefully. It's gonna be something other than the Oko. It's either gonna be God of War Ascension Pain Plus, which is the ultimate challenge basically at this point, or God of War 3 No Weapon Run. Skeet! Skeet! Okay, you know what? Just come a little closer. Need you to come a little bit closer. Oh, I need you to come over. What's going on? I guess until the other one arrives, let me just take these chests. Ascension Pay Plus for Granddaddy. No, Granddaddy's waiting for something else. Big V is waiting for Trial of Archimedes Pain Plus. You know, which it's not just that, honestly, that is intimidating in Ascension Pain Plus. It's the shoulder of Apollo, it's all that comes with it, it's all the 9 yards. The whole entire boob jar is hard in God of War Ascension Pain Plus. But admittedly, yes, the Trial of Archimedes Pain Plus is the hardest thing.
You must free the
You must peg the Pegasus Zesty.
Passage to the Sisters of Fate.
So, no more grinding here, to nobody's surprise. I just, you know, climb up and normally beat the asses. The way I beat my own children. Nothing new. Because it turned out it's not really worth it to go for all the brutal kills. Just doing it normally like this is the same, basically. You may say, yo, brutal kills give you 5 orbs, but then the orb value that drops from the dead body is decreased. So what then? Killing them like this kind of evens it out the same way. Sometimes even more than going with grabs. So just go about your day normally slaughtering these fools. This is still risky, but whatever. How is this risky? How is this whiskey? This is not whiskey. Look at these slow-ass blades. 10 out of 10 game, everyone. The blades are admittedly the slowest in here after God of War Ascension. Okay, the sentry's stuck. I almost jumped forward, man. He would have swung. And he would have won. He has frame advantage. Ceiling combat is fairly easy, thankfully. For once, this game is not Ninja Gaiden. Then we climb back up. You guys are very familiar with what's going on right here. The strats up to this point, you've seen all of these parts on streams many times. The real interesting bits start later. From Pegasus 2 onwards, I've developed a lot of, you know, new strats. Very, very good strats. Accidental wall climb when they are near you is what's risky. I'm not holding the analog towards the enemies though, so there is that. I'm like just pressing square, and that way you never actually accidentally climb. I climb to the ceiling so that I draw them closer to the wall. You must become one with the wall. Now we're only left with the Minotaur. With the Minotaur. Headbutt. So is Peggy 2 still RNG? It is still RNG, but significantly less. Whereas before it used to get way too hectic. Now it is less that bit of RNG. It is still RNG. It's still a run killer even. Just less than what it used to be. Funny thing, I found another run killer right after Peggy 2. With the chase sequence against the Dick Rider. Of all things. But that is a run killer as well. It's way more consistent than what it used to be. Still an iffy spot. Still iffy, yeah, but I'm just glad that it's less iffy than it used to be before. Because before it was a roll dice. It was hell. It was two dices to roll, not even just one. This is the same strat. What the fuck? But why? But why? I usually just grab this guy and I usually just How did that Minotaur spawn so quickly?
By defeating Ares, Kratos, the once mortal warrior, became the new god of war. However, Kratos soon found himself alone on Olympus.
What hit him? I was daydreaming and the Y jump scared me.
Kratos had no need for the love of other gods.
These archers, they sometimes act like normal archers. They shoot the raft they're on quickly and they bring it down quickly like normal humans. Some other times though, they just have a death stare contest and they never shoot. Now when that happens, your ass is toast. Your ass is Hari's toast. Just restart it. She's not worth it, bro. Just restart and hit the gym. She's not worth it. The game loves to fuck with you. But you surely saw my despair back there, the utter confusion. Like, I'm surprised. Why did the Minotaur spawn late? Did the archers not shoot at the right time? Because from what I saw, the archers shot at the perfect right time. They sure took their fine ass time, but like, it wasn't bad. They shot. We're at the declining part of the stream. Yeah, because the L is bullshit. It's bullshit. When it's bullshit, it's not fun. We learn nothing. The character arc of that Minotaur basically wrapped up right there. We learned nothing from him. We know what's gonna happen in the next arc. We know what's gonna happen at the end of this manga. There's nothing learned. That's what sucks about it. Quick fact, God of War 2 is objectively the best God of War game of all time. True, but also is the shittiest game of all time, though. I'm just kidding. When it comes to no damaging, this game is a bitch. Sometimes when it comes to basic functioning, this game is shit. But I don't want to talk about that. I left all that to myself when I was OKOing off stream. Because my god, I ran into some weird stuff. Like, otherworldly weird. 11 years of God of War 2 and I've never seen them in my life type of weird. There's two things that happen after a declining stream. Either the rest 2 hours are gonna be nothing but creative prologue else. I'm interested to read the second. Or we're making it to the end game. I remember a God of War 3 attempt for the Oko. It went a little something like that. I guess I failed near the beginning or in the underworld, and then I restarted and I went for a very long time, which was very good. Just do this quickly, please. This is not happening quickly. This is I've accepted this as a lifestyle from a long ago. Reasons you'll never know. The ugly side of me is strong. Basic functioning, bro. Did not see the BAA Okos. Arkham Asylum Okos. I did see that, and this is on par with that. Asylum is admittedly worse. I've seen Dante get hit by literal air in Asylum. In Batman Arkham Ascension, I've seen him get hit with things that I was like, okay, what malfunctioned there? Batman is a billionaire. What exactly went wrong in that encounter? Fucked up. Did he say why he's streaming Okos again? I just felt like streaming Okos again. Or I felt like streaming an Oko again. Let's not get too crazy sucking each other's dicks off. I'm not saying I'm gonna be starting to stream Okos again as a series. But honestly, it might just lead to that. I just randomly wanted to stream the Oko today. I'm sure it's gonna lead to random streams here and there. Because I'm not Okoing as much as I used to, you know, like 2 weeks ago, basically. Where I would grind it every day. Or at the bare minimum, like God of War 3. Remember the God of War 3 shit? That was insane. I would get home from work instantly to streaming the Oko. I was obsessed, but that's God of War 3. God of War 2 is becoming a game that I hate to no damage. That I hate to one segment as a whole. Because sometimes encounters go wrong in so many ways. It's actually insane. It is a more fun way to deal with encounters. You know, sometimes your super perfected strat that have worked 50 billion times along the 11 years that you've been playing this game. Sometimes they don't work because it's an Oko. But it's fun to adapt, right? But not in an Oko. In an Oko, you shit yourself the moment something malfunctions. Because you're used to a strat that you developed. And the moment that strat doesn't happen, you don't know what to do. Like, you don't know where to go. If we don't take any else at the hands of ADs or at the hall after this encounter, we're gonna be making it back there in like 10 minutes, I hope. You never know about the Batman Arkham Asylum RNG. I know almost as much as Dante. Lulu destroys Zesty's enemies and my life is yours. It's not your fault, bro. Blame the Lale Lule Lo. You know? I'm starting to believe they're the main cause of all this. But whatever, we'll get them. And this time I'm not gonna eliminate and slaughter every single fucking Rhodian in the road. Just follow me and peep my word. Are you fucking my asshole? Now the despawning is commencing. Only archers. Awesome. Does your God of War 2 game makes you do invisible plumes? Where you plume and nothing happens? Yeah, admittedly, Asylum is a jank fest once you actually get deep into its combat. Like, mechanics literally just stop working sometimes. But the bullshit that happens in God of War 2's encounters sometimes, man, they just... Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. The pain in your eyes, I can see it. Can you feel it, though? That's what matters. So, as usual, whenever I restart after taking an L, I stop explaining stuff. Get the fuck closer. What is this? I need the archers to shoot at the same time, please. There you go. Us. We go through the window. Drop on this guy's ass. Ping ping. Boom. We move forward. I didn't get hit. I actually hit the archer himself. In case you thought I got hit. Curly! Shame on you! Does your Kratos roll when you tell him to jump? I think not. on par my ass. I'm sure. Asylum is much more jank. The problem in here is that it's just, it rarely happens. That's why it sucks so much, because God of War 2's combat is basically perfect for what it's trying to do. That's why when it works, it fucking stings. It hurts. It's disgusting. It offends me. It offends my family. It personally assaults me. That's the problem. When a combat system is so perfect and it fails you, it's fucked up. It's like in God of War 3, I never ran into a malfunction in the middle of combat. Like an enemy doing... you know, enemies can get weird. Enemy AI is weird. But man, the shit I've seen in God of War 2, I swear to God. Grab detection can be inconsistent. I remember taking an L in God of War 2. It was admittedly practice, but it was still... It hurt me. I really got frustrated to the point of turning off the console. There was a Wraith in front of me, and a sentry approaching me. The Wraith was in front of the sentry, so she was close. It was closer than the sentry. I go to grab the Wraith, Kratos grabs the sentry and just stands like this with the 4 options. And then the Wraith swings. I got so frustrated because I said, if this ever has a chance of happening, it happens in God of War 3, but in God of War 3, it's not this fucked up. Why did it happen in God of War 2 where there's no autolock for the grab? It frustrated me so much. I never played the game for like 2 days. Because when something like this happens, man, like there's no rhyme or reason for it. You go to grab the Wraith, Kratos happens to grab the sentry because he just wanted to grab the sentry. It's unreactable. The Wraith already started its attack by the time it's in your vicinity. Like, it's unreactable is what I'm saying. Like, you could press square on the sentry and instantly toss him to get iframes, but you wouldn't react and do that. That's a pre-planned thing. Kratos looks pissed. He's pretty angry in this one. The main Kratos screaming and, you know, being batshit crazy started with God of War 2. Actually, it is more so here in God of War 2 than in God of War 3, funny enough. In God of War 3, it's empowering. In here, it's a racial slur. It's racial ghoul. But I believe in here it is justified. Like, when the last Spartan dies, then Kratos starts screaming and creaming and whatnot. It's not, you know, out of the blue. Or like when you're riding the Pegasus. You defy the God of War! He's speaking so Roman empirically and God of Warishly. Nothing is funnier than people defending Arkham combat. I will be a heavy defender of Arkham City, Origins, and Night combat though. Because it's very open. There's just a lot of ways to approach it. That's what I love about it. Sure, for City and Origins, I can approach it with attacking and countering. But I can also spice it up with a lot of fun gadgets play and all that. And then Arkham Knight comes in, and that's literally one of my favorite combat systems. It's a whole ass sandbox with Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight as a whole is so metal. It is metal. I don't understand the title. Take one hit from anybody, you start the game again? Yes. Knight's combat, when it works as something else, it always works. It never fails me. Ever. Somewhere, somehow, I was at wrong whenever something goes wrong in Arkham Knight. It is well deserved when something just goes wrong. It goes for the stealth. It goes for the normal combat. It goes for everything. Somewhere I made a mistake. That's why it turned so horribly. Sandbox action game, yuck. I mean, my definition of sandbox is just it being so complex. Can allow you a lot of things. Like DMC5 is a fucking sandbox. With Dante, more specifically. The amount of ways you can just attack enemies, approach enemies. Infinite ways, basically. Black Ops 6 will be over 300 gigabytes. These motherfuckers better ship me a hard drive with that game. 300 gigabytes. You know what I can store in 300 gigabytes? Non-stop Japanese live streams of gay porn. Arkham Knight combat. The Batmobile is the only good part of that game. SMH. What? What did you say? Name one wrong thing with the combat. I'll tell you one wrong thing with the Predator sections. Which I guess you can just not use it because it's way too overpowered. I do that a lot. I limit myself while playing games. It is a thing I do. Sometimes when something is broken, I just don't use it. Like using Faust with Dante to wipe out the health bar of an enemy. I only use Faust for the snatch mechanic and some other attacks that don't break the game. Or like recently I've started to turn off the jump cancel in DMC5 and the game is much more fun. I'm interacting with the combat. I'm interacting with the enemies doing shit. Dodging, you know, coming here and there. In the air, it's a lot riskier. It is not that risky with Dante since you're always broken. You can air Trickster, you can air Royal Guard, whatever. But like still, not being able to camp 50 feet in the air while the enemies are all down there, no one is intercepting you. It stopped being fun for me. And I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, with Arkham Knight, something I saw as a problem, and I'm limiting myself, I'm never using it, is the thing where he takes down multiple enemies in like 1 second. I forgot what it's called, but you get it once you get the new suit. It is very amazing. Like, look, he got an upgraded suit. He can take down a lot of enemies, multiple enemies, in 1 second, I believe. He's very fast to human reaction or some shit. I don't know. I don't use that. That breaks the game. You take 5 guards with one of that attack. I don't use it. Hell, like every time from now on I play Arkham Knight, unless I want to really... Actually, not even when I want something perfected. Every time I've been playing Arkham Knight for a long time, I don't even turn on detective mode in stealth missions. I just use my ears. I treat it like an actual stealth mission and not, you know, I don't know. I stopped using detective vision. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's focus. That is a nice strat, you know, at the beginning. It is nice to do that. Okay, I had frame advantage. What the fuck?
Defeating Ares, Kratos, the once mortal warrior, became the new...
It does, but in NG Plus and challenge maps, you have to silent takedown to do it again. Do what? Fear takedown is also pretty jank on uneven ground. Point is, it's broken, and I limited myself to using that. I stopped using it like a long time ago. It got introduced into the game and I liked it for a little bit at the start, but then I didn't really like it a lot. it breaks the game. When something totally breaks the game, I hate using it. Like this route that we're using for the God of War 2 Oko right now. It essentially breaks the game. You have a maxed out Urali's head by the time you get Urali's head. I never go with this route in normal vanilla ones. I go with a much more fun route, if you know what I mean. Which route is more broken? Obviously this one. The Oko route, if it wasn't for this route, the challenge would have been 50 times harder. But no, thanks to the routing, where we maxed out Urali's head the moment we get it, everything is easy. Fuck ups and mistakes admittedly happen, but come on, that's every game. I like the fact that Zesty did over 100 times this section and it's still rough as fuck to watch. The Hans is not a fun section, it's a run killer. It's a time waster, that's what I call it. The run killers that I consider run killers would be the Pegasus section. I don't consider the Hans run killers, they're just time wasters. Like, they're just a solid 12-minute time waste. Which fucking sucks the soul out of a human being. Sloppy toppies the soul out of a human being. But that's ultimately what it is. You either win it or you lose it. Like that back there, you cannot justify to me why I failed back there. The hand was off screen. I jumped. I have frame advantage. I was mashing circle with my soul. And yet the hand slapped me before I could grab it. Why? Explain this to me. You can't. So it's just a nuisance. I fucking hate it. It's just something in the way. A road bump. Not even a run. It is a run killer in essence. But I stopped calling it that. It just wastes my time. As we recently started calling the second Pegasus section life loss rather than time loss. Hello, Miss Wright. Oh yeah, Miss Wright is here. The drop of consistency from Night to Origins and from Origins to Asylum is huge. Doesn't mean Night doesn't pull some haha fuck you God of War 2 style. Especially during demanding challenges. Fair. A lot of games go wrong sometimes. Like God of War 1, I played it the other day. You really need to play that game a lot for a long period of time, and if you actually get rusty with it, it turns into a jank fest. If you just play it like after a long time, after a long break, you play it, it's very janky. But once you get used to it, it's all good. But the point is, in its core, it has jank. It just does.
Show no mercy.
Which in this case, this is a case where Devil May Cry's come in, and Devil May Cry's have almost zero jank. Because the controls are perfected. You've probably noticed that Devil May Cry focuses on pure gameplay. And with pure gameplay, what I mean is pure core gameplay. Like, leave the minigames aside. DMC has the most core gameplay in any action game that I've seen. Like, it doesn't get you out of the combat. There are no grab animation kills like in God of War or like in Metal Gear Rising or like in Bayonetta. Rare, very rare. You're always in the core combat when you're playing Devil May Cry. And when you're not, it's generally a whole ass mission that takes you out of the core gameplay. Like Devil May Cry 1 has that one Mundus mission. It has swimming missions. See, like when it diverses its gameplay, it's a whole ass mission gimmick thing. It doesn't introduce it again and again and again and again to the point of exhaustion. Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 5, Devil May Cry 4 as well. These guys are only core gameplay. I can't recall an instance where it's a minigame style thing. It's only core gameplay. I guess the Savior in Devil May Cry 4 stops being... It is still core gameplay. See, even that, it's still core gameplay. You don't have blade mode segments like in Metal Gear Rising, or grab kills that take long like in God of War. Or Bayonetta grab kills, you know. That leads to the developers kind of focusing so much and everything into their core gameplay, since there are no QTEs to finishing bosses. How do you finish a boss? Hell, the most climactic boss battle in Devil May Cry ends with normal gameplay. There's no grand QT at the end where he charges something and you have to finish something, and it's a basically a linear minigame style end. It's always, the game design is always core gameplay. When it's not, it's so few or like divided from the whole entirety of the game. Like as I said, Devil May Cry 1 has swimming missions, but they happen like once. They happen again, but it's a mission that lasts 15 seconds, I'd say. It's not even something to worry about.
Show no mercy.
Or like the Moon Disc mission. Moon Disc penis in your ass.
Die with honor.
NG, except NG3 is nothing but pure gameplay. Yeah, that is also cool. It is pure core gameplay. God of War diverses a lot from its core gameplay. Like you have climbing walls, climbing ceilings, Pegasus sections, Icarus vents, QTEs. That's 5 different games that you're playing. And then you have the core gameplay that you're playing 6 games in one at times in God of War. And I'm saying philosophy, like if we're talking God of War 2, you're playing 5 games in one. You're playing a climbing wall game, a climbing ceiling game, a QTE game, a Pegasus section game, and the core combat game. You don't usually get this in a lot of other action games. Like Metal Gear Rising has some of that stuff as well. Metal Gear Rising has basically finishing a boss fight games, especially at the end with Armstrong when you're playing a fucking precision game basically with the blade modes and all that. Or like every time you finish an enemy, it's basically a QTE where you have to be precise. So it's not always the core gameplay. Which Platinum games are known for. They love the God of War QTEs. They love the God of War grabs. So they borrow these amazing aspects from God of War and implement them into their games. It's always been a part of their philosophy, especially like with the QTEs and whatnot. Notice how in DMC 3 or 4 or 5 you ever so rarely get grabbed by an enemy and you have to twist the analog a lot here and there to escape the grab. It happens in DMC 1. Hell, it can happen in DMC 5 even. But very rarely. It doesn't happen as often as here where like half the roster of the enemies have a grab that you can escape. Or a boss has a grab. Theseus. NG2 more than NGB. Black has some platforming and baby tier puzzling. Yeah, see, that's also another factor. Platforming. I counted God of War's platforming, mostly because it involves combat. But even if it doesn't, like the column climbing in God of War 1, that's an amazing switch up of the game. It doesn't have combat. It's amazing that it doesn't have combat. If it had combat, I would have hated it. Like, leave the climbing, that type of section, to the climbing. Doesn't have to be combat every time. I enjoy the hell out of wall combat in God of War. Especially by God of War 3, where it got fucking perfected. It's my favorite in God of War 3. God of War 3 just allows you to jump all around the wall. And the game does not shy away from showing you how much advanced it is. Just the first ever encounter, you're fighting a boss on the ground, on the wall, and on the ceiling. And then the QTE. That's like five philosophies the game goes with, all in the first 10 minutes or less, 5 minutes. Then God of War 3 has the Icarus vents that doesn't have combat, which, thank you very much. If it had combat, I would have hated it. Some stuff just don't need to have combat all the time. Now, Pegasus section admittedly does need combat, but I swear to God, it is so fucking janky. Projectiles tracking you back, shit getting way too hectic. The whole fight is very, very inconsistent. It is not a fun time, I swear to God. And I've seen so many jank, I don't even know where to begin. Like the chase sequence, the first ever chase sequence where you're confirmed to die on very hard, and the second chase sequence where you're confirmed to get hit 50% of the time. Or like prior to the chase sequence of the second Pegasus section, which is a huge run killer. We reduced the RNG, but it is still a huge run killer. It's fucked up. I love parts in God of War that are gamey. You know, they switch up the game. It's not the core gameplay. But only in a challenge like a Oko where I fucking hate it. Which, you know, honestly, that instantly transfers it to the core game. Like, leave aside the Oko. The second Pegasus section just does not function normally as a section. I hate it. What happened to Ascension Pain Plus? I might start it the next couple of days. God of War 3 has the most refined gameplay, walls, ground, rope, ceiling, and the most consistent switch up in the series. Icarus vent. God of War 3 is a fucking perfect game. Whereas the other day, you know when you said something about these God of War games have flaws that we're overlooking, that we shouldn't overlook? Believe it or not, we are overlooking them just because they're so fucking good. Like, my favorite action game, my favorite game or piece of media of all time, God of War 3, has unskippable cutscenes, lacks an official New Game Plus, has a lot of zoom-ins, you know, like you do this right now. This is fine. Thank you for this zoom-in. This is good. It shows me the beam. I need to go to that platform that is off screen right now. It's not visible. Let me remove the face cam. It is not visible where I need to go, so that zoom-in had to happen to tell me where to go. But there are some other zoom-ins in all the God of Wars. This is not exclusive to God of War 3, but I'm saying God of War 3 because it's my favorite and it has all these flaws. You burn, you know, the little roots and whatnot in God of War 3 with the Bow of Apollo, and the camera zooms in for a solid 15 seconds telling you, oh, look at that! You opened the door! How good! Congrats, you can go now! I can fucking see that! I just burned these roots! I know I can proceed through this gate right now! And the game keeps on doing that. It keeps on doing that. It keeps on doing that. I open a giant ass gate with a lever, And the camera just zooms in. Look, you opened the gate. You can go now. I pulled that lever to open the door. You don't need to tell me that I opened the door. You did a visual confirmation once. You don't need an additional, you know, visual confirmation that you opened the door. It's right in front of me. I can fucking see it. Like this zoom in right here is also fine. It's showing me the rope. Even though like it could have not happened at all, and I would be roaming around here, coming down here. What's wrong? Where should I go? I just went through here. I just opened that. Oh, was that rope? It's very, very vibrant. Old games. It's very, very clear. Honestly, it stands out in the lever design. Can I maybe? What's that? I can climb it. Noise. I can climb it. I don't need to zoom into everything. And it has a lot of flaws. It's God of War 2, it's God of War 3, even God of War 1 has that. God of War 1 less so with these zoom-ins. But I swear to God, I fucking hate them. You might say, okay, you're being nitpicky, which you are right. About these zoom-ins, I am being nitpicky. I'm replaying the games a lot. But a skipping option wouldn't hurt. You know what's my favorite game that allows me to skip everything? Like even these short zoom-ins happen in it, but the game just allows me to skip them? Bayonetta. It fucking allows me to skip it. It allows me. Just R2 and square on a zoom in. Like you just finished an encounter. Finishing an encounter. You know the barriers that happen in God of War? So these barriers happening in Bayonetta as well, of course. When the encounter finishes and that barrier is gone, you believe it or not, you can skip that short little zoom in that happens on the barrier. You can skip that in Bayonetta. How great is that? And if you think that's nitpicky, what about the cutscenes? Now that you can't tell me skippable cutscenes not being a thing is a nitpick. It is not a nitpick, man. It is a fucking critique, and I will critique it to the end of days. It's a first commandment when you make an action game that you're allowed to skip cutscenes. Any game. A fucking survival horror from 1998 allows me to skip a cutscene. God of War from 2005 does not allow me to do that. God of War from 2007 does not allow me to do that. God of War from 2009 does not allow me to do that. And a God of War from 2003 cookie cutters its way onto a cutscene skipping shit. You can skip 4 cutscenes in Ascension. And the rest are all in-game cutscenes. You can only skip the in-engine cutscenes. What the fuck? This is a stream, not a podcast? I forgot. What's going on in the chat? I missed you guys. That was 3 a.m. shower thoughts. I had to lay them out. First female viewer in chat. I repeat, first female viewer in chat. I hope it's not the one I'm thinking about. Oh, you mean Mr. Wright? Welcome to the stream, Miss Wright. Miss Wright. Mr. Wright. Does he ever shut up? My man doesn't know when his favorite game launched. I'm sorry, yeah, God of War 3 launched in 2010. I stand gayfully corrected. Currently playing Bayonetta for the first time. Really loving the game. It is a masterpiece. Every Platinum game is a masterpiece in my heart. I got pain in my heart. Oh, love means so something. I forgot the lyrics of the song. Please don't cut my arms. Okay, thank you, go. Very good. I am too true cryptid. No, Mr. Right is a boy. Except near Near Tomato. Why do you not like that, Uncle Phil? Why do you not like Nier Automata. It's actually a fantastic game. Unless you mean another Nier, which there is another Nier. It starts with an R. It starts with a hard R. So Nier something, I forgot. Which I haven't played. I can only defend Nier Automata.
You are no longer a god.
How many times have you finished God of War 3? I don't know. I just have 2,000 hours of that game. So if that tells you anything. Did they ever add a skip a trace? No. I've been wanting to replay it in NG+, but I don't feel like playing it. No. There's your answer. Replicant? Yes. Nier, Replicant. Which is a replica of the original. Am I fucking right? Am I the only one who makes sense here? Am I happening to be Phoenix Wright? And now projectiles. As I said, this is 1% a run killer. And that 1% is these projectiles coming back to me. See, sometimes these projectiles happen to haunt your ass. And when they do, they have a 50% chance of actually touching you and killing you. But that is behind us right now. There's also a 1% chance to die against the Harpies. And also a 1% chance to die on this QTE right here if I fail it. The hard R is correct, yes. Yeah, Nier Replicant. The other day we had a different discussion. Actually, it wasn't the other day. It was a long time ago. Reasons you'll never know. Now, for real, it was a long time ago where we talked about how every number 3 in a game franchise is amazing. Now, I know the first thing you're thinking, Mr. Sherlock. But Zesty! Doom 3! And to that I say I know. But think of the other number 3s that are amazing. I fucking know, okay, Bayonetta 3 as well. It's not that great. I also fucking know, okay, Kingdom Hearts 3 is not that great compared to the originals. But look at the bright side. Look at the colorful rainbows. Don't look at the black and white rainbows. God of War 3. Devil May Cry 3. Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops 3. Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge sucks. Actually, it's good. Battlefield 3. Dead Space 3. I don't know if that's good. Dead Space 3. Haven't played it though. We thought of a lot of part 3s that are amazing. My favorite Resident Evil 3. Metal Gear Solid 3. It never ends. God of War 3 again. Just for the fun of it. I must disappear into the night. It is not the last time you witness a female. I shall not be forgotten. You're the female. This is my kind of rain. I'm just fucking with myself. Don't worry about me. Take care. If you're a female, take care. If you're not... if you're not, though... We're having a different conversation after the stream. But not for real, take care. Anyways, number 3s that are amazing. I think I've said enough. I've yeed my last haul. I'm waiting for the other wave of the Harpies. Boom. Bam. Bop. Bop. I take this health because I lost some health, you know. Zesty enjoyed R3 remake confirmed. Now that's a remake. We're not allowed to name remakes. Those aren't games. Those are like screen protectors for the originals. Those are like book covers for your high school books that is mandatory to put on your books. Otherwise, you get penalized if you lived in Iraq. Those are like shells of the original experience. Okay, this is dangerous. What is this? They were right about JoJo fans, but what is this? One of these guys could swing from out of range without my blade having to hit him. We both don't want that to happen, lads. You want to get grabbed this bad? It was right, it was wrong, I don't know. So sad it had to finish. So glad we almost made it. Everybody wants to rule the world. Hold on a second, I'm about to sing, I'm about to bust. Say that you never, 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 never mean it. Take this L, go back to the main menu. So glad we almost made it. So sad it had to finish. Everybody wants to rule the world. There's a golden light. And I better shut up. We can't rizz up all the boys in the chat right now. Come on, are you crazy? Oh, sheesh. Do not the camera off too? The camera turning off is mandatory when I go off high notes. Mandatory shitty singing upcoming. Say that you never... We're at least back to where we left off. I wonder where we're gonna take an L now. Today on Game Theory. God of War 2 is greatest game ever? True. I prefer JoJo's Part 4 though. Oh man. Not for real. Any praise for God of War 2 is acceptable. I mean, what will I do if I'm not accepting a praise for a game? Come on, but like... God of War 2, you have great taste in music if you like God of War 2. You have great taste in movies if you like God of War 2. You help your grandma down the stairs in God of War 2. You are the grandfather down the stairs that looks like a stage hazard if you hate God of War 2. So if you know what you're getting into, just saying, better be careful. Give me some harpies, harpiss. Give me some heart piss. And some Hawaiian piss, please. JoJo Part 4 is better than God of War 2. Let's do a JoJo ranking parts right now. Because why not? So my favorite is Part 3. Son of a... Then my second favorite is this harpy. I would say right now... I know I'm in the middle of a stream, I'm not focusing, yada yada. What you do is you parry harpies, then you grab them. That is an easy way to do so. So Part 3 is my favorite. Then Part 5, because I have a fascination with 5 recently. Which is mostly owing to the setting of 5 and the demeanor around 5, the personality around 5. Otherwise, I have a lot of problems with 5, but it is my second favorite right now. I just love the setting. I love gangster shit, drugs, and it's just its own thing, you know? No one from the old timeline intervenes. The group is very amazing. The personality of the characters is amazing. The clothes, the fashion, the art style, especially in the anime, oh my god. So after Part 5, I'd say Part 2. Then I'd say Part 4. Then Part 6. Then Part 1. At least we didn't fail this time. And then Part 7, which is the one that I'm reading right now, that is living up to be the absolute best part. Like, I was like, okay, people are blowing this out of proportion. It's good, but... Dioda! Good? Come on. Season 3 good? or season 5 good. But I'm reading it and I'm telling you, this is dead ass one of my favorite mangas ever. And the thing about JoJo manga is that it made me appreciate manga more. You see, I've read a lot of manga, but the only manga that I stayed, focused at, going at a slow pace, observing everything in the panel, was realistically Berserk. Berserk and Slam Dunk, because Slam Dunk has some complex panels sometimes, but they're very clear. I had a problem with JoJo's manga though, in that the combat particularly, the combat was not clear. And so then I theorized, I was like, why does the fucking combat look like this? I can't read the battlefield because there were some wide shots sometimes. I then theorized something. Araki is purposefully drawing these combat panels like this as a puzzle. So you gotta kind of become Speedwagon as you're reading the panel. You gotta kind of make up what's happening, which is clear. Once you figure it out, you can't ever forget it. Which gives each and every, combat panel a huge personality. Like there's one scene that I'm reading in part 7 right now. It's a very swift motion, but there's a very slight movement, pen on top of Gyro Zeppeli's hand, grabbing the steel ball. Man, when Gyro Zeppeli shoves that steel ball up Dio's ass in part 7, I truly love that. I'm just kidding, that never happens. But like there's that slight thing once you figure it out, and then you flip the page, and there's an explanation. And so like, you were like, aha, so I did read that right. Very, very fun. Ever since I learned that, I've been enjoying the manga a lot more, and I've been respecting Araki's combat approach a lot more. Whereas before, I used to say some insane shit like, I didn't say he doesn't know how to draw manga, okay? That's absurd to say. Imagine pulling up to Araki, being like, yo bro, you're doing this wrong. Look, you have to, let me do this. You have to draw him like this. Look at this example of Akira Toriyama, which by the way, I've been spoiled with Akira Toriyama's combat. No one makes combat panels as great as Akira Toriyama. No one. I haven't seen a single manga that makes combat as clear as Akira Toriyama. You see, Kentaro has a technique where what he does is every attack with Guts is heavy, correct? So what he does is he has an attack where Guts is preparing the attack. So like issuing the attack itself. There's a panel of Guts going like, hold on, let me just clear this. Guts is going like this, then you flip the page and it's the effect of what happened after he readied his sword. Every attack is heavy, that's why reading the battlefield is easy. That and Kentaro is the fucking best artist of all time. Fuck Da Vinci. The thing with Araki though is that I took his manga for granted. I didn't think it's that artistically amazing when it came to combat choreography, which now I believe it is, but at first I didn't know. I always appreciated the poses, the art, the walking, the talking, the thinking in their heads, the plotting, everything. I appreciated everything about the manga, but I was like, the combat, I do not understand it. Then I learned of this whole thing. It turns out my theory was kind of correct. I did treat them as a puzzle, and I read them and observed them carefully up close. One of my favorite manga, actually right in my top 3 mangas of all time right now. I swear to God. It is so good. Like, it's otherworldly levels of good. I swear to God. Even the combat right now, it's amazing. I'm planning to reread part... After I'm done with part 7 and 8 and catch up to 9, I'm gonna start rereading part 3, which is funny because I rewatched it with my sister the other day. I rewatched part 1, 2, and 3 with my sister. And I said, okay, you watch some of part 4. I'll hop into part 4 like around episode 25-ish when things get heated, if you know what I mean. If you've watched it, you know. But I can't get bored of part 3, man. I know it gets redundant with the stands. But the stand, the creativity in all these stands is something else. It's immaculate. It is impressive he makes it this far using 1% of his brain. The other 99% for yapping. Look, when I'm passionate about something, I hella talk about it. But you're right, I better okay, when she does the beam like this, I can keep on attacking. Sometimes she aims the beam downwards, and you can't attack at that point. Why did I grab her? Why did I grab her? This is risky. And I failed the full collision. Usually I get behind that Gorgon and I full collision. But I took very long because I grabbed that other Gorgon. I grabbed the Morgan. They were right about JoJo fans. They never stop yapping. Lads. They were right about JoJo fans. Am I right? Say that you never mean it. The strat here is to do the triangle attacks to slam them down on the ground safely. Or when they approach you, parry them, then grab them. Easy as that. So you have 4 harpies here, 2 harpies there, and then another 2 harpies, and then you move on to the last platform. The last platform you do a air heavy. These guys die with a screen shake, so if you Orion's harpoon one of them and they get sent flying to the outside, like this guy right here, there's a screen shake that happens. Did you see that? Once that happens, you know you've killed the harpy. And whenever you're in a position in a 1v1 against a harpy, if it's going for the grab, you want to air and grab. If you have knowledge, it can't be from college. And if you do have college from the knowledge, it's fine, but you cannot have the knowledge from the college. But now for real, if it's attacking, you parry it and then grab it. If it's trying to grab, you jump and punish with an air grab. If it's wide open, you square and then triangle. The second hit of the heavy attack with the blades has a hit property where it bounces the enemy, so it slaps them back down to the ground. Perfectly setting them up for Orion's harpoon, or you let them hit the ground and then grab them for an instant kill. Stops yapping, starts singing. You never know. Think I will happily leave this world without ever knowing what the fuck JoJo is about. So there's a huge misconception about what JoJo is. JoJo is a lot of things. It doesn't have a... It has a personality. That personality is unexplainable. The moment you watch it, you'll know what I mean. You'll know that it's not the memes. The memes do a big job misrepresent... Hold on. That guy's dangerous. This is a boundary exploit you can use here. They don't attack. So keep attacking towards the boundary, beep, half collisions. Now when this opens, you instantly come over here. I learned this from Alpha. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And they're dead. No risk taken. Virgins, slayed. Parents, disappointed. So here what I do is... alternate Orion's harpoon, which happens by holding circle after you launch an enemy rather than just pressing circle, because only pressing circle slams them down. I feel like explaining these because I'm sure there's a new audience that doesn't know what's going on a lot of the time, so explaining is fun. Then there's another type of audience that doesn't talk in the chat. It happens in every stream, so these people matter, and they like teaching them some stuff is always fun. Some people just don't have time to consume a stream head on. I'm mostly that way. I have to play something in the background. Like I have to play a game in the background to actually, you know, go through a stream. I never watch a stream alone or a podcast or something like that. Have to play the game in the background. JoJo's memes Gay couples licking people's faces, dancing and posing, and of course shouting while throwing fists is what the fights are. Am I right? So you're unironically saying all this. The truth is, it is all the opposite of what I just said. It's not the opposite. Look, 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 look. It has all of what I just read from Dante's comment. But it's not the sum of what you see in the anime. It's not just that. Which the memes do a horrible job of portraying it as just that. But like, the moment you watch it, you'll know. Like, I always appreciate memes about something, because it still gets me into something. Like, I got into JoJo because Dante recommended it, but surely throughout the years, I saw a bunch of memes, like a whole lot of memes. So I gravitated towards it. Use the strat here. Oh, petrification, nice. Sheesh, donations. That's all the harpies down. Shut up. I just gotta zone them out. That is single-handedly the worst fight I've ever had against a Gorgon. What I said exists is just 5% of what the material is about. Look, JoJo's is flashy. JoJo's is very amazing. It's very hype. It is... I'm gonna admit it. It is all the... It is that. It does have that. It has a lot of that even. But it also has a lot of other things that get masked due to the memes. So when a meme comes up, you think it's only that. You see, let's bring another example of memes making me get into something, which I didn't get into JoJo due to memes. Dante recommended it to me. But like Metal Gear Rising as an example. When you see a meme of Metal Gear Rising being batshit insane, just so out of pocket, it is true. The game is actually that way. Underneath, there's an amazing combat, but you still came from the memes, so you can't say, the memes don't show up the amazing combat. With JoJo though, it's a whole different world, where the memes completely just show they show a big side to JoJo, but they never show the side that matters. That side that actually matters, the theme of fate, the theme of resolves, the theme of friendship, teamwork, the theme of everything basically, and it's all done so differently and amazingly. It's not like your usual shonen. Like, they're actually adult characters fighting, and they're not all 5 years old like Hunter x Hunter. But like, you know, they have shonen tropes, but they do them with a twist so awesomely that you wouldn't know unless you watch. Which, to that I say, how can memes help with that though? But admittedly, that's just what I'm trying to say. It's a problem with no solution. They say every problem has a solution. No solution is easy, but like, this doesn't have a solution. You're not gonna make a meme about fate. Let me put my headphones on because this guy might be running. It's done. It's done. I smell an L. You have a smelling alright. Boo, 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 boo. I couldn't continue that joke, I'm sorry. God of War 1 Blades don't slow down that much as here. God of War 1 Blades are the best. They're my second favorite, but they're admittedly very great in both the special attacks and the normal attacks. Like, you can practically cancel a plume at any moment with a block, which is amazing. Your attacks are so swift. The Might of Hercules is amazing in that game. You go square, square, and then hold the third square. You get the swiftest knockback in the West. Or then there is the roll and then press X, which is literal sex. If you haven't sexed, just do that. If you haven't had sex, just do that. The movements of the blades are so swift and smooth and fast in God of War 1. They are smooth in here as well, but the blades are very heavy. They have a huge impact, which is fine. You know why? Because this game has the plumes deal more damage than God of War 1 plumes, so it didn't just slow down the game. You know, it's not as bad as Alpha's making it out to be. It did compensate with what it took out from God of War 1. It's just a matter of taste on which blades you prefer, I suppose. Do you prefer the fast ones or the slow ones that deal more damage? Which the ones in here deal more damage. Like a plume or a Spirit of Hercules from up close, on a big enemy, deals double the damage. That's insane. That's an insane compensation. I know that was in God of War 1 as well, but like, it wasn't official. You kind of had to position yourself sideways. There were admittedly some enemies that like the Cerberus Breeder in God of War 1. If you hit him with, let's say you hit him with this from up close, boom, it hits for double damage. But God of War 1 is generally just more swift than what this is. It's more Taylor Swift. So you can roll, press triangle, Kratos instantly does the fast version of this. Which is, again, another instance of sex if you haven't had it. Beep. Boop. Let's see how the second Pegasus go. Honestly, I'm interested. I'm balls deep inside of Tristan right now. Who's Tristan? We don't know. If that guy swung as I was in the rage, you know, I would have kicked my monitor. That would have been the nail in the coffin. But yeah, God of War 2 blades are like my third favorite in the trilogy, or like in all of God of War. Sounds kind of dumb because they're so fucking good. But like when you have God of War 3 blades and then God of War 1 blades, and my god, God of War 3 blades. The fucking combat grapple, the ground and air Cyclone of Chaos, the ground and air Tartarus Rage, the hold square attack, yeah, that's it. I prefer this triangle attack. Actually, in God of War 3, I'm fine with the triangle attack change. But like, the triangle attack in God of War 1 and 2 is better. But for God of War 3 alone, I do like that triangle attack. You know, where they changed it and it's no longer. So I have full health. I hop onto the Pegasus, I lose some health. Play Malone Brown during pegging section 2? I'd rather explain it as I go. If I take a L, it's the end of the stream. If I don't, we keep going. But I'm gonna explain as I go. You promised to play Malone Brown? Acting like I have a megaphone or something. Like I'm not one message in many. That triangle attack on 3 works for the game. It's in blah blah. We heard it enough times for some.
Here, the path
It's
to
true.
true
Why is that triangle attack in God of War Ghost of Sparta, which comes after God of War 1, and in God of War Ascension, which comes before God of War 1? Why?
reaching the three sisters of fate.
Stupid.
Power of the
Here's a moment where I
sisters
focus,
allowed
okay? So I'm gonna get the mic
you to
away.
that moment
and
when
focus.
Zeus betrayed and killed you,
But you need to
changing your
focus.
fate and the fate of others.
You saw me swerve around the first projectiles and not rush forward. It's better, because if you rush forward twice in here, you get stun locked in the air. Did I take a hit? Don't think I took a hit. Thought I took a hit. We're clear. I thought I took a hit. Wish I had my headphones on. So now comes this. We dodge. We dodge. It's a race to a checkpoint. Wait for him when he's ahead of you. Dodge again. Look at how the chase sequence is gonna go. Look. So the usual go to the left. Down. And now look at this. Hold lower right. Look at the projectiles. Keep holding lower right. Look at the projectiles. They don't even hit you. You got hit. Let me confirm. I just got hit. I'm just gonna explain how to do this and then I'm gonna end the stream. Never mind, I'll explain in another stream. I don't have a save data there. Yeah, I don't. Take care and have fun, guys. Catch you guys in another stream. This is a gay ass segment to die. Catch you guys in another stream.